So the other day on Twitter, I had an idea and I put it out there talking about, wouldn't it be neat if we did a kind of its own Game of the Year award and we let the audience vote on it? And what we would do is we would get a bunch of creators together. So quite a few, actually. I'd be looking for like 50 to 60 YouTube creators in the gaming space, mostly, obviously, to vote on games and kind of bring out the nominations. So I had this idea and I said, that'd be really neat to do. What if, because we're talking about the Game Awards now and people are kind of all over the place right now about the nominations. And of course, the fan vote on that doesn't count for much. I think it counts for like 10%. So I was thinking more along the lines of, what if the audience was like the complete deciding factor over nominations that are made? And then after like a week, we actually have a Game of the Year winner. I thought that would be really fun. So basically, what we would do is we would have 50 to 60 content creators in the gaming space turn in ballots of what they think the 6 nominations should be for Game of the Year. It would only count in this year. So it wouldn't be like Smash is nominated for the Game Awards, but we don't really run on that schedule. So it would just be things for 2019 and that's it. So nothing from 2018 at all. I wouldn't have that overlap. And it would pretty much, I think, start in like December, probably the second week. So that way we give everything plenty of time to come out. We do these ballots right at the beginning of December. And then we have a week-long kind of time for voting. So how we would do it is after we get those nominations in, we would tally them up. So let's say 3 different creators turn in 6 nominations each, and Sekiro was on all 3 of them. Sekiro would get 3 points, just as an example, as we tally them. But maybe something like The Outer Worlds is only on one of those ballots. That would have 1 point then from those 3 people, if you kind of get the idea here. And the whole point of that is that we have a very large net of, like I said, 50 to 60 creators turning in 6 nominations. So when we do get to the end and we have our 6 nominations for Game of the Year that the audience gets to vote on, we'll have, I think, a pretty good average at that point from creators for people to then vote on. That's rather than have like 5 people do it, it would, I think we would probably get very similar answers overall. Whereas if we do several, like 50 or 60, we will probably get a bunch of different answers, and you might get Sekiro only voted by so many people, but then you see things like the Outer Wilds. I might even say Outer Worlds. Outer Wilds get voted in. So it was an idea that I had, and I think we can make it work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to some creators, and basically we're going to have people message me on Twitter. The DMs are open there, and I'm mostly looking for creators in the gaming space who are fairly active on YouTube. Not necessarily people who aren't posting or anything to that regard, but people who are active, and we can pick 50 to 60. So there will probably end up being choices depending on how many people want to be a part of this. And then we'll get the nominations in. So if you are a creator and you want to be part of this, just message me on Twitter and I'll just respond back, got it. And I'll just put you down in a list, and then I'll go through them. We'll pick out, like I said, 50 or 60 people, and then we'll start kind of gathering the nominations together. I think it'll be really fun, and then the rest of it will be up to the audience. So if you're not a creator, don't worry, you would be voting, and we'd basically have a site. I'd probably just set up a subdomain or a site. People can go there, and there will be like a week-long time period, I think, of voting just being cast, and then we get to the end, and we would hold a stream to kind of show the Game of the Year winner. I think we'll do 2 streams. One stream will be kind of figuring out the nominations. So we'd show the top 10, and then of those top 10, we'd get whittled down to 6 during that stream, and then we'd have our 6 nominations. I'd probably just have Evan know what the nomination is, right? And then that way we can have a panel come together and kind of discuss it and try to guess what the nominations will be, and then he can reveal them to us. I think it'd be fun just to do that. And then of course when we get to the awards stuff, we'll be able to kind of talk a bit more about it after we've had some time to think about it and maybe try to guess the Game of the Year winner, which again, Evan would be the one person who would know. I think that'd be pretty fun to do. I think it'd be an entertaining couple of streams, and I think it would be really, really neat to have just the entire audience online on YouTube decide the winner. So it'd be something I'd like to try maybe going forward as we go along, maybe a fun end of the year thing where we would just do one category this year, because I came up with the idea, of course, like a month before the year ends. Maybe next year, if it goes over well, we can do several categories, right? Maybe we could do like, I don't know, best RPG, action game, narrative, score, audio, score, all that stuff. That would be fun to do and put it all together. So let me know what you guys think, if it's something we should try to do. And if you're a creator, go ahead and message me on Twitter, and I'll respond back that I got you down, and I'll make like a spreadsheet, and we'll get everyone together, and we'll see where it all goes. I think it'd be really fun. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see you next time, guys.